most beautiful and most amazing top 10ers, welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. Now you may recognise the fabulous Molly Burke right here. We recently did a collaboration, the top 10 misconceptions about being blind, and she is back again. Welcome back.
Yay, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to go over top 10 incredible facts about blindness.
Yes, and how have you been since we last saw you? Your channel is absolutely growing as well, isn't it?
It is, which is really exciting. Yeah, there's lots of disability content over there. If anybody's hasn't gotten enough from this top 10, there's so much more over there.
Never enough. Okay, so let's launch on into our video.
In at number 10, people with diabetes are 25 times more likely to go blind.
People with diabetes are more likely to develop glaucoma and cataracts at a younger age. However, it is diabetes' effect on the retina that is the most concerning. Diabetes causes changes in the small blood vessels that nourish the retina and can also cause the macula, the part of the eye that can see colour, to swell. It is very important to visit the opticians regularly if you have diabetes, as they are able to spot early signs of both of these things.
At number 9, 3 million people have glaucoma, but half of them don't know it because they don't experience symptoms.
In at number 8, around 90% of the world's blind and partially sighted individuals live in developing countries. For example, India's blind population is 12 million. About 80% of vision loss worldwide is totally avoidable, but the problem in developing countries is that many simply do not have access to the kind of eye care they need to help manage their vision. Things like glaucoma and cataracts can be treated with modern medicine and surgery. However, if left unattended, they can worsen and lead to blindness. It is devastating to know that low incomes can affect a person's ability to see.
For number 7, we have the fact that blind people can actually use pretty much all forms of technology just like sighted people can. So for me, I use Apple products, which always surprises people when they see me texting on a touchscreen iPhone, because they're like, I thought she was meant to be blind, but if you come up close you can actually hear that my phone is talking to me. So there's lots of different programs that have been made, like JAWS, Zoom Text, VoiceOver. I believe the one for Android phones is called TalkBack or something like that. I'm not sure because I don't use it. I have the whole Apple orchard pretty much. I have like the iPhone, the iPad, the Apple Watch, and the iPhone. So I got it all, and I actually have a video on my channel where I demonstrate how I use my technology if anybody wants to learn more.
That is so interesting, and you were just also telling me about getting a braille pad for your
so I can get a braille display, and basically it's a little display that I plug into my MacBook, and then whatever is on the screen in print shows up in electronic braille. So the pins pop up and down through the holes that have been created in the display so that I can read in braille instead of just listening to my computer.
That is so interesting.
Technology has come a long way. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
It's allowed, like, being blind in the 21st century honestly isn't that difficult.
In at number 6, people can get a miniature guide pony instead of a guide dog. Oh my goodness. Molly, you could have got a pony. Like, obviously Gallop is a major babe.
Well, Gallop's kind of like a pony.
Yeah, he kind of is.
His name is Gallop, like a horse running. He's honestly the size of miniature guide ponies, if not bigger. So,
have you ever met anyone with a guide pony?
I've never met anybody, but I did see an interview once. I think it was like Good Morning America. Yeah. There was an interview with a lady who had one, but she was talking about the struggles of having one a bit because there's just not as much recognition of miniature guide ponies as there is guide dogs, and definitely it's more for people who live in rural communities. There's definitely benefits to it. They live a lot longer. You can actually teach them more commands than you can teach a dog. So there's definitely benefits. Growing up, I actually always told my parents I wanted to get a miniature guide pony, and when I got Gallop, they were like, there you go, careful what you wish for, Mom. So now I feel like I have mine.
I love that though, going in for a wine in a pub and it's like, sorry, can I just bring my pony?
Right, the pony just clap, 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 clap.
The dream, but I do think Gallop is pretty
Not to mention the poop would be a lot bigger to clean up.
I think you've just hit the nail on the head on why more people don't have ponies. In at number 5, totally blind people are more likely to have a sleep disorder. People who are totally blind are likely to suffer a disorder called non-24-hour sleep-wake disorder. This is a rhythm disorder affecting your body clock. Someone suffering from non-24 will have trouble sleeping or staying asleep at night and often feel like they want to nap during the day. day. Fundamentally, their body clock is all off.
Moving on to number 4, the senior crayon maker for Crayola was actually colorblind.
Color blindness affects 1 in 12 people, so it really isn't that uncommon. However, you would never have expected someone who is in charge of making crayons to be colorblind. Emerson Moser worked at Crayola for 37 years and only revealed his secret when he retired. Obviously, he had determination and it really didn't affect his performance, so good on him.
So funny.
I know!
And that he made 1.4 billion crayons before he told Crayola.
Oh my goodness, yeah, he did it when he retired, right? And then they were like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, he'd already made 1.4 billion crayons for them, and then he's like, by the way.
In at number 3, blind people can ride bikes and climb mountains. Like all people, people who have no vision are just as capable of achieving incredible feats. Using techniques like echolocation, something that Molly actually talked about in our previous collaboration video. This was called Misconceptions About Being Blind, you should definitely check it out. Some incredible individuals have been able to defy their supposed limitations of their disability by using echolocation. Blind cyclist Daniel Kish regularly mountain bikes and rides on woodland trails. He also loves to climb. You should also know about Eric Weihenmayer, a blind man who climbed Mount Everest right to the summit. Incredible.
At number 2, we have blind Americans have a higher marriage rate and a lower divorce rate.
That is so interesting. That's right, 65% of blind Americans are married and divorce rates are much lower than average at only 16%. The general average of marriage ending in a divorce is 50% in North America and Europe. So why is it that blind marriages seem to stick?
Right? I didn't actually realize that, and I'm kind of excited. It gives me hope for my future. Maybe I'll be able to marry a man and make it last. We'll see.
Why do you think that is though?
I honestly have no idea. Like, I would really love to do a bit more research about this because I honestly had no clue. When I look at my friends that are married, majority of my friends that are currently married are blind.
Oh. So, blind love. Okay, our number 1 fact is crazy. I'm gonna let Molly tell you all about it, but I for one am totally amazed.
Number 1, nobody born blind has ever developed schizophrenia.
I can't believe this. When we were looking over the facts, this was absolutely insane. Like, there's obviously a really interesting link between seeing and psychosis.
I know, it's well, I also heard that people, not encouraging this, but blind people who take LSD experience visual trips.
Oh, really?
So I feel like there's such an interesting connection between like your mind and sight and psychosis, and I don't know.
Yeah, this is absolutely so interesting, and this is why this top 10 has been really eye-opening for me. I don't know about you, as you said, like, not all of these things are very interesting to you because you live with it, but for me, it is incredible to read about all of these things, and I think that a lot more research is to be done, but that number 1 fact is a bit mind-blowing.
I know, well, it was interesting for me compiling this with you because, like you said, some of them to me I'm like, really? Would sighted people find that interesting? Because this is just the life I live and it's what I know, so it's not interesting to me. Like, using technology is a part of our everyday life. It's not something I think about, but it's one of the most asked questions I get.
Well, I think that's why your YouTube channel is so successful, because a lot of people want to know what having a disability is like. So if you guys want to head on over to Molly's channel,
you can learn how to do your makeup without a mirror. How exciting.
I know, doesn't she look gorgeous all of the time? Like, seriously. So go on, head on over to Molly, and if you liked this top 10 list, then make sure you give it a good thumbs up. Share it with a friend, and of course subscribe to Most Amazing Top 10, and if you have any questions for Molly, let them know in the comments section down below. We will see you next time.
Bye!